This is CS Enterprises, where no news is safe.
It's Breaking the News with Des Clark.
I'm Des Clark. This is Breaking the News, the show that breaks the week's news and asks four opinionated panellists to put it back together. Britain's goth community came together in Whitby last weekend for the town's biannual Goth Weekend. Disaster hit the event, though, as the sun came out for a few minutes. After being caught up in a tax scandal in 2014, Sir Michael Caine has now announced that he believes in income tax. Apparently it was the Daily Mail that blew this story wide open, although they were only supposed to blow the bloody doors off. And four-time Olympic champion Laura Kenny received a CBE this week and commented, "Look, all I do is ride a bike." At which point Sir Chris Hoy replied to her, "Shh. Don't give the game away here, right?" Joining me are, on my left, best-selling crime writer Val McDermid, and with her it's stand-up writer and actor Alistair Barry, and on my right, comedian, writer and performer Raymond Mearns, and he's with writer and stand-up Jay Lafferty. Now, in this round, our teams have to guess the two major stories of the week that have been mashed together into one single news report. Val and Al, can you tell me the two stories mixed together here?
Prime Minister Theresa May is refusing to debate with
Mirror Group newspapers.
She says instead she wants to concentrate on
Phone hacking.
people on the streets.
The former footballer Kevin Keegan and the actress Patsy Kensit.
Say she's running scared and the voters deserve a
£250,000.
Alistair Barry, what do you think our first story is there?
I think our first story would be the snap election that she wasn't going to hold and then suddenly decided to hold a snap election. It's so snappy that we only have to watch the television for about 2 months to listen to them droning on at each other. And it's the televised debate thing, isn't it? They're going to have a televised debate. Lots of people saying we should, and I'm frankly delighted that we're not. It's not like we're losing two of the great orators in history, is it? Watching someone who's doing a very bad impression of Margaret Thatcher's spitting image puppet from the late 80s, debating with an angry geography teacher who appears to have lost his job and isn't quite sure how to get it back.
You're right, Alistair. This is the news that the people who took part in a poll for The Independent want Theresa May to go head-to-head with her rivals in live TV debates during the election campaign. The BMG Research survey reveals more than half of people want the live contest to go ahead, but Mrs May is refusing to do so, and with her poll figures looking increasingly better and better, then many are arguing to say, well, she doesn't need to do it.
Well, I've been doing some research for the show. She stands for strong and stable leadership, and it's very important that it's stable and strong, and that she's strong whilst being stable and strong and strong. That's basically, she's been told to say the word strong, and I don't want to see a debate for 20 minutes of a middle-aged woman going, "I'm strong and stable and stable and strong, and you're not. I've got trousers that are expensive."
Theresa May has said that although she's refusing to do the debate, she is considering other formats. And this could be Labour's only chance of winning the election if she goes on strictly against dead balls.
See, I agree with that, Val, because I think the debates is one thing, but I think we should have a kind of more like a Hunger Games style. Just like each party chooses two tributes to compete in a fight to the death on live television.
Here's the deal. If there's ever, in fact, we needed to have a debate because there's genuine policy differences, it's now, right? Because here's the thing. Right, Corbyn's on the Andrew Marr show and they say, "Would you ever fire the nuclear button?" And Corbyn says, "No, I've made clear that the sort of like nuclear weapons are not the solution to the world's security problems." Now, I don't know about you, if you get somebody who's, in charge and he's quite a reasonable kind of guy who doesn't want nuclear war, does that not sound no a bad thing? Or would you rather have some psycho who's trying to rule us all with neuro-linguistic programming? This is what she does. Strong and stable.
Does anybody else think you're hearing Theresa May and this wordage of strong and stable all over and over again? Anybody else think it's in, you know, one of these Jilly Cooper books? These erotic
Calm
novels?
yourself, Des.
You know, it's always like,
50 Shades of May.
yeah. Oh, there you go. Now, Val, did you pick up our second story there?
Well, Mirror Group newspapers have had to put their hand in their pocket and pay out to the people whose phones they hacked, invading their privacy and causing them apparently humongous amounts of unhappiness and misery and marriage destruction right, left and centre. I just want to know what these people have got on their voicemail. You know, my voicemail says things like, will you remember to pick up a pint of milk on your way home? You know, I really don't know what it is that these people are saying to each other that's causing so much grief and destruction in their marriages.
Well, it certainly has caused a furore, yes. It's a story that dozens of celebrities have this week settled their phone hacking claims against Mirror Group newspapers. There's many in number, including Lord Geoffrey Archer, Kevin Keegan, Patsy Kensit, Michelle Collins. More than 40 cases resolved at London's High Court on Tuesday.
So when were these cases? These people were famous when I was at uni. I don't remember getting a mobile phone until about 94. I mean, and it says here one of them was Joe Swash. Who's Joe Swash? And what does his voicemail box say? I mean, they hack into his voicemail box and go, hello, you're through to Joe Swash. You leave a message. Sorry, have you got a number for Sid Owen?
So, that's right. These are not A-list, not B-list, not even C-list celebrities.
These are
They're so
Z-listers,
far.
man.
Well, they're so far down the celebrity alphabet. I can't believe we're not all getting money off Mirror Group.
Yeah, it's also the fact, Piers Morgan, who, correct me if I'm wrong...
How's she not in the jail?
He's Teflon Morgan, isn't he? And he's refusing to take any responsibility for anything. He's like the exact opposite of ISIS, isn't he? ISIS take anything. Anyone has. You get up in the morning, stub your toe, your phone will go, and it'll be ISIS going. That was us, yeah. The ISIS claims department has got to be busier than Direct Line.
Celebs need to kind of toughen up now, though. Do you know what I mean? Like, they're a little bit... in the good old days, when you were a celebrity, there was a 50-50 chance that you might get shot or kidnapped or something like that.
What,
do you know what I mean?
50-50?
Yeah. It's like, it was exciting. Now they're greeting about having their phones hacked. They won't even, they won't even sign your chest anymore. It doesn't matter how much you stalk them. Do you know, well, you Des, you just won't sign the chest.
What about it, Raymond? Final word on this. What do you think about the whole phone hacking debacle? Should we feel sympathy for celebrities? Should there be tougher regulations?
Oh, I don't know. They're fair game. I mean, I would love to be involved in a sex scandal.
Jay and Raymond, 2 stories and 1 clip for you. What do you make of this?
President Trump has indicated that he's willing to
face future skills shortages when Britain leaves the EU. The study by the Federation of Small Businesses says
the President has until the end of the week to build his so-called Great Wall
in Scotland,
or risk marking his 100th day in office with a
Brexit.
I think the first story is about Donald Trump's first 100 days in office and what he's been doing, and a few kind of little stories, like he's got a red button in his desk, which when he presses it, a butler brings him Coke.
What?
No, not the good type. No. But it could be, so a butler brings him a can of Coke, but it could be worse. I mean, it could be Kendall Jenner with a Pepsi. It could be that sort of situation.
Is anybody else nervous that Trump's hovering and he just presses the wrong button? Oh, there goes North Korea. Sorry. So this is absolutely true. This weekend marks 100 days of Donald Trump. Are we celebrating that in the audience? No.
We should. We've survived. Might not get another 100 days.
He's vacillating all over the place. And he's boasting about how he's done a great job, but he's not managed to get... Has he done anything? Has he done anything? I mean, what's he done? I mean, when the war gets started, they never even gave him the money for it. It looks like Mexico is going to have to pay for it. Just to bail him out, so he doesn't look bad.
Val, what do you make of it? 100 days of Trump. Is it what you would have expected?
Well, actually, I'm amazed, because I thought he'd get bored after about 50 days.
He's claimed that he signed more executive orders than Roosevelt, that he passed more legislation than Truman, and it's ridiculous. He's told more lies than Nixon. He's definitely done that. Next thing, he's going to be boasting that he sent more tweets than George Washington. I mean, that's...
He's said so many lies. He's made Pinocchio look like a real boy. I mean, not that I was ever very good at maths, but I don't think he's done the working out. I mean, last year gone by, my wife and I, we built an extension to our house. We haven't paid for it because we have a Mexican neighbour and we're hopeful. But you don't do that. I mean, you know, there's a very famous wall that divides England from Scotland. Hadrian may have been all kinds of persons, but at no point did he go, I think the Picts will cover this.
Yes, Donald Trump has managed to avoid a government shutdown by easing up on his demands that the wall be funded. Senate Majority Leader Chuck Schumer said, "We are pleased he's backing off," echoing words spoken by every single Miss Universe contestant since the competition began. A point for you, Jane Raymond. But what was the other story we were after?
Are we going to have a skills shortage in Scotland because of Brexit?
Yet small firms have raised fresh concerns about the impact of Brexit on employing EU workers. Now, this is research by the Federation of Small Businesses, the FSB, who found 2/3 of small Scottish firms with EU staff were worried about future skills shortages.
You know what I mean? When you go somewhere for your dinner or your tea or something, Europeans are always they're well-spoken. They can speak English better than me. They're always smiley and, you know, eager to please. And they can speak a foreign language, so they're good for the tourism industry in Scotland. Do you want me to serve you your tea?
If you're going to wear the French maid's outfit, on the other hand, Raymond...
We've got a bit of drill down on the stats here. The UK-wide research found that 26% of Scottish small employers currently have a member of staff from elsewhere in the EU. By comparison, that's about 20% in the rest of the UK. In the Highlands specifically, that figure is 41%.
41%?
Of staff from elsewhere in the EU outside the UK.
I mean, it's hard enough to get your dinner in the Highlands. Where's the dinner? Nobody to serve it, pal. You just need to wait till Willie gets out of the bath.
I think British people, at times, we've seen ourselves, you know, above menial labour. We've always kind of considered ourselves to be the upstairs to the rest of Europe's downstairs. But now it turns out we're no upstairs at all. We're not even at the bottom of the garden. And by the time Brexit's finished, we're going to be living in a cardboard box under a railway bridge, working out if it's okay to eat that dead pigeon.
That's what Boris has said, because the idea is that we will get trade deals that will make up for anything that we lose by leaving the European Union. And I was reading about this. Apparently, Boris is very hopeful that you can get a haggis deal, because the haggis, you have not been able to export haggis to America since 1971 because of health concerns. I have to say, when the Americans are telling you that your food is not healthy...
But they have come up with an interesting new form of indentured slavery. There are going to be these so-called barista visas that Amber Rudd was talking about, where you can get a special visa to come and make coffee. You can't go up the ladder and become a manager of a coffee shop and then go on to run the coffee shop empire, because your visa only lets you be a barista. So if you're really, really good at your job, then you just have to go home.
Is this, are we seeing evidence now that Brexit could kill business? Or maybe it's down to us Scottish people to be doing these jobs. That's the other argument.
What, do you think we're lazy?
I'm asking the question.
Can't you be bothered answering it?
And at the end of that round, well done, the teams are all squares. This round is all about the people in the news. I'll offer you some clues. You just tell me who. Now, Jay and Raymond, you get to go first this time. Who are we talking about and why are they in the news? Right, here's your first clue. It was a tweet that was sent about this person this week.
Looking at his face first thing this morning made today a little better.
Was it you, Des? Was it you? Was it...
Worryingly positive, isn't it?
Now let's hear from the person themselves.
I'm from a really nice, posh, southwest London neighbourhood, and I was afforded all the privilege that anybody could possibly want for as a child.
It's Mr. Tom Hardy. He's a bit of a have-a-go hero. He chased a guy who was stealing something down the road and apprehended him. But to be honest, I don't think that guy was a criminal. I just think it was a guy who wanted to be wrestled to the ground by Tom Hardy. Oh, Tom!
Not a great look for the guy who did, because it was two guys on a moped. Never a good look. Two guys required to steal a moped for a start. It's not exactly the great train robbery, is it? And they went flying through some red lights and smashed into a £50,000 Mercedes. One of them went flying, and then Tom Hardy chased the other one. You know you're having a bad day when you fail to steal a moped with your friend, then run off, and then get caught by both the Cray twins.
Raymond, what about this then? The have-a-go hero, the vigilante Tom Hardy.
Well, I think they've gilded the lily on this one. The guy was in a car accident, so somebody said he was into... Tom Hardy went into superhero mode, chasing a guy who'd just been injured in a car accident. Right. Oh no, my leg's broke. Who's that chasing me? Right. Oliver Hardy would have caught this guy.
On the subject of Tom Hardy, actually, I would just like to say, as the panel's resident pedant, that he may be posh and he may be a have-a-go hero, but he's not very good at the grammar in that. Because there is a redundant preposition in that statement of his. All the privilege anybody could possibly want for as a child, that for is completely redundant. So his posh education really hasn't set him up that well.
I'd love if he'd caught that criminal after a long chase in London and you walked up and just said, well, Tom, you've done well there, but let me talk to you about your grammar, right? Yes, 2 points go to Jay and Raymond. That was actor Tom Hardy. All right, Val and Alistair, it's your turn now. Who is this person and why are they in the news? Here's a tweet sent about them.
She's the only one that can save the country.
She's the only one that can save the country. Val, who do we think that is?
Well, it's obviously not Theresa May. Because the words stable and secure did not feature in that poll.
Right, let's hear from the person themselves.
Hollande après Sarkozy, Macron après Fillon, rien ne change, rien ne bouge.
Well, that's definitely Theresa May.
Definitely Theresa. Give us a guess then.
Marine Le Pen, won't it, who is now taking on Macron. I'm a huge fan of the French. I very much hope Macron gets it. And you do, because the French do certain things with a certain style. Things like going on strike. The French go on strike with such... I saw some guys on strike in Paris a little while ago, and they were just walking around with a placard that just says on it, pas content du tout. Direct translation, not happy at all. 6 years ago, the French unemployed went on strike. I'm happy to be in a union with that kind of country. Imagine being on that march. You know, what do we want? Well, just a day out. Well, when do we want it? Well, the diary is fairly free when it's good for you.
That is, of course, the now more than recognisable voice of Marine Le Pen, the far-right French presidential candidate who reached the second round of the French election, where she is going to go up against Emmanuel Macron.
I would like to, point out her party wants to slash immigration, clamp down on trade, and overturn France's relationships with Europe. Now, is she actually Theresa May? Has anyone seen them in the same room at the same time?
The whole right-wing thing, Scotland, we like to think of ourselves as being left-wing. But we're mainly left-wing out of spite. Like, if England was to vote for Corbyn, we'd be a right-wing country overnight. We'd make fascist Germany look like Legoland. That's what we'd be doing.
Raymond, what about this? The political situation in France. We could see Marine Le Pen elected. Where do you think it's going there?
The sad thing is, I think all these crackpots are getting in. Because we live in a blame culture, and we all go, oh, look at that, my life's rubbish. You know, look at me, I'm fat and all that, and it's the Tories' fault. No, it's not, it's my fault. I mean, it's me, I drink too much, I eat too much, I don't exercise, and to be honest, given the state of the world, don't need to.
Marine Le Pen is the right answer. Well done. 2 points go to Alan Val. You're tuned to Breaking the News on BBC Radio Scotland with me, Des Clark, and you can now download a brand new podcast of the show. Just go to the BBC Radio Scotland website and subscribe. Now, so much of our news is about public reaction and opinion, so we've gone out and found some ordinary people to comment on the news, and this week we spoke to Glasgow van courier Gary. I will play his reaction, but what is the story that he's talking about? Val and Al, you're up first. What's Gary on about here?
We're all a bit iffy, isn't it? I mean, come on, wasn't really that good. And the first game, it takes me back to time, and you remember where you are, and what you were doing, who you were with, and stuff like that. They're right in their pockets, really.
It was about reunions, and there are reunions in the news, are there not? Bananarama have reunited, and it's great to be here at a cutting-edge, topical, political, satirical show in the world of Donald Trump, Brexit, general election, poised on the brink of World War III, to discuss the issues that really matter. And back in the day, I didn't remember there was this many of them, but they had 26 chart smashes, which, you know, back in the day was really impressive. Now that's one side of an Ed Sheeran album, isn't it?
It has to be said, Robert De Niro's been waiting a hell of a long time for this.
I think it's bizarre, all this comeback thing. If I returned to a job that I had 20 years ago, it wouldn't be called a comeback, it'd be called a breakdown.
Could be worse, it could be like the Drifters. I mean, the Drifters are still gigging, right? But it's nobody in the band knew was in the band then. I mean, that's not the Drifters, that's Trigger's Brush.
Bit of fun quickly around the panel. Are there any things you'd like to see brought back?
30 pence on a ginger bottle. I've not got the heart to put them on the recycling bin. I've got hundreds of them.
I mean, post-Brexit, that might be currency now, remember? The return of the glass cheque.
Not completely disconnected. If we're going to bring ginger things back, I'd quite like my hair, if that was all right.
Jane Raymond, what story is our man with a van on about here?
You go there, you talk to somebody, you don't come out feeling brilliant. You would get fed up with just these people coming to see you. They just think they need all this stuff to get them by and they don't.
Therapy or something. You're talking about people coming to talk to you.
Yeah, it is
People
absolutely
talking to
right. Yeah, it's the concept of people talking to you as therapy. Patients who confess their troubles to a chaplain enjoy health benefits similar to taking antidepressants.
Did you say confession? Clearly this guy was never Catholic. That's the last thing you need. Oh, brilliant. I'm sick. Now I've got guilt.
I got married to a Catholic, and we had to go and speak to a Catholic priest beforehand, and I was there thinking, what does a celibate Catholic priest, what does he know about marriage that we don't? And it turned out quite a lot, because we got divorced 2 years later.
Jay, talk to me about this then. Do we need more spiritual advisors? Do we need a more spiritual approach to healthcare?
I mean, I don't really like talking to ministers and chaplains and spiritual people at the best of times. I certainly don't want to do it when I'm ill. I don't think that's going to make me feel any better at all. Just give me the pills.
That's right. You go, how am I, doc? You see the priest coming in? Oh, no. Oh, no. Did you know that you lose calories when you laugh? Now, it's a shame looking at this audience, we're only on here for half an hour. I'm just saying, but some of you's clearly with a face on you, you're going to put weight on.
2 points go to Jane Raymond. And we are here at our final quickfire round, which is all about the numbers in the news. I'll read out a headline. All the teams have to do is fill in the blanks. So get ready on your buzzers, teams. When we run out of time, you'll hear this.
We have been treated disgustingly.
That was Jeremy Corbyn there, still banging on about no getting a seat in Virgin Trains. All right, let's get started. Fingers and buzzers. Man pledges to run 200 miles in what?
A vendetta against the Proclaimers.
Man pledges to run 200 miles in what?
In order to escape Tom Hardy.
Man pledges to run 200 miles in open-toed sandals. What do 1 in 6 motorists do?
Meow.
So good. What do 1 in 6 motorists do?
Pick their nose at traffic lights.
I can give you the answer if you don't know it. 1 in 6 motorists still use their mobiles while driving. Naughty stuff. You have 9 days left to do what?
Catch the DFS spring sale.
We have been treated disgustingly.
Oh, there's the klaxon. Jeremy has Corbyn. It's all over. And our winners this week just are Raymond Mearns and Jay Lafferty. Just snipped ahead of our commiserations to Val McDermott and Alistair Barry. And we'll leave you with the breaking news. Breaking news just in. Gwyneth Paltrow has branched out and launched a high-end gardening shop on her lifestyle website. A fancy watering can could be yours for just £94. With a long neck and filled with nothing but air and water, Gwyneth Paltrow is an Oscar-winning actress. United Airlines is investigating the death of a giant 90-centimetre long rabbit which was being delivered on one of its planes to a celebrity owner. They are said to be trying to trace the whereabouts of a fellow passenger, a Mr. Elmer Fudd. And Joey Barton was suspended from playing football for 18 months. That's right, he's rejoining Rangers. Broken. I've been Des Clark. Goodbye.